He stands with the PDP acting national chairman, and this is coming amidst perceived division in the party. What am I talking about? So if you've been following the political happenings in the country, you would know that prior to the 2023 election, there was the fallout between Nyesom Wike, then governor of Rivers State, and Atiku Abubakar, who became the presidential candidate for the PDP. And you must know what the fallout was all about. And that fallout has dragged on up until now. And it's now affecting the National Working Committee of the PDP. However, that division has escalated due to the Nyesom Wike governor Signalai Fubara political disagreement. And so the Rivers State political battle is now in the fore of the division in the PDP. So up until recently, Damagum has been acting as the national chairman. And the reason why he is acting is because, of course, Iyorchia Ayu, who was the then chairman, was asked to leave as a result of the fallout between Nyesom Wike and Abubakar, or Atiku Abubakar. And now some people in the party are asking Damagum to leave the position for a substantive chairman. And one group that has been very vocal about the removal of Damagum has been the Governors Forum, the PDP Governors Forum. In recent times, they have been all about having a substantive chairman. Now, a few days ago, they came out and said, yes, they are in talks and they're going to work together with Damagum to ensure that there is a smooth selection or election, whichever process they choose, of a substantive chairman. They also said that they would side with Governor Fubara, as it relates to who is the leader of the party in Rivers State. The reason some say is because the acting national chairman is or may be working with Nyesom Wike, FCT minister, to scuttle certain political moves of the governor in Rivers State as it relates to the PDP. But surprising, we saw reports this morning that Makinde, who, by the way, is also a member of the PDP Governors Forum, saying, I know we have crisis in the PDP, but I stand with whatever decision you make. We need to come together so as to ensure that we move the party forward, most especially in Edo State. So it doesn't sound like I'm telling tales. So it doesn't sound like I'm not speaking the truth. I'm going to read from the Guardian newspaper. And the caption is PDP crisis. Makinde backs embattled Damagum as governor's NWC plan sack. Now remember, the NWC I mentioned yesterday that Bala Mohammed was mentioning when he talked about backing Governor Fubara and smoothing the removal of Damagum, was led by the National Legal Advisor. Now there is the other divide, which is led by the National Acting Chairman himself, and of course therein they have the Secretary as well. So it's looking very interesting. And the reason why I'm looking at this is because it affects whatever happens in Rivers State. If Damagum is removed, as some people are reporting, it means that there may be a revisit to the congresses that held in Rivers State. Remember, Nyesom Wike's structure right now in the PDP and Rivers State can largely be said to be based on the people who are manning several positions as a result of the various congresses that held in Rivers State when we talk PDP. So I'm just going to skip some of the things written. I'm just going to go to the part where Makinde spoke about supporting Damagum, right? Oyo State Governor Makinde declared his full support for the amalgam yesterday. The article reads, Makinde made this declaration while speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony to upgrade Ibadan Airport to international standard. The amalgam was accompanied by other members of the National Working Committee, including the Deputy National Chairman South Taufik Arapaja, the Southwest Zonal Chairman, the Southeast Zonal Chairman, and others. The National Working Committee of the party had rectified the World Congress held in Rivers State in favor of Nyesom Wike. Makinde said, on the issue of PDP leadership, I totally support the amalgam as PDP chairman because this is not the time to encourage crisis, The Guardian reports. Also, Makinde expressed support for Asue Igodalo, the party's candidate in the Edo State gubernatorial election. So I'd like to get your thoughts on that one. What say you as it relates to this PDP crisis, or would I say PDP issue? Because to a large extent, it affects the politics played in River State, and the politics played in River State to a large extent affects the level of governance you and I enjoy. So let's move quickly to the second big story. Remember, was it yesterday we talked about, was it the day before we talked about minimum wage? And, I was asking the question, why is it taking so long for the government to implement the minimum wage sign into law? And then I went further to ask, should the state government wait on the federal government, before they go ahead to implement or domesticate the minimum wage? Remember we talked about, was it yesterday, was it the day before? I can't remember now, but we talked about it, and I think it was the day before, and a lot of people called in, gave their opinions, and I remember saying on that show that we all blaming government, we're all criticizing politicians, but what about the private companies? They are yet some are yet to begin the payment of the minimum wage. I mentioned that in passing, and to my surprise, I am reading right now, I think one of the newspapers, if not all the newspapers, carried the story that the federal government is warning, or should I say threatening, private companies that are not paying the minimum wage, that they stand a risk of certain punishment, I think even going to jail, right? And I'm thinking, they are yet to implement. I mean, the last time we read about, the issue, the Minister of State for Labor was saying, hey, give us time. We're trying to see how we put up a template, we put up a structure where the people in higher levels can also have, a consequential increment in salary. They're yet to pay, and they're now threatening private entities. But then again, given how expensive it is to run businesses, given how difficult it is to run businesses, the question, I'm thinking right now is, would it be possible, really? Would it be possible, really, to what was it called now? Will it be possible, really, to, oh my goodness, for these companies to be able to pay 70,000 naira as minimum wage? Because now there is a very high cost of production. Yeah, you heard me right. There's a very high cost of production. Some companies are finding it difficult to stay solid, given the economic realities we find ourselves in. Do you think some of these companies, I'm just asking, because if it is law, it means that even the maid in the house should be paid 70,000 naira. But I'm looking at how possible and how feasible this is, and I'd like to get your thoughts on this very well. I think we've talked about it before, but I'd like to talk about it again, because now the FG is saying that private companies must pay the minimum wage. And then to my final big story, I think I've made a mistake, so please, someone should help me correct it on Facebook. EFCC versus Yahaya Bello. I mean, this is like the most interesting drama ever. According to reports, Yahaya Bello, former governor of Kogi State, appeared before the EFCC yesterday, or should I say, went to the EFCC office yesterday saying, okay, you've been looking for me, you've declared me wanted, here I am, I'm here to answer whatever it is that you want me to answer. And according to reports, the EFCC turned him back. Now, new reports are suggesting that the reason he was turned back was because he came in the company of a sitting governor, I think we're suspecting the governor of Kogi State, the current governor, that's all. Now, he came, and so they say, go back. This is not the protocol. Okay. So he went back, only for the EFCC to put out a statement saying it's still a wanted individual, right? Guess what? Last night, the EFCC decided to raid the Kogi government's Abuja residence. There were gunshots between. Nigeria is really okay. I need to be careful with how I describe Nigeria right now, but it's really funny the things that happen in the country. So you are a police officer. I am a police officer. We're assigned to different jobs. So I'm protecting the governor. You are with the EFCC, and then we meet. Instead of us to find a diplomatic way, we decide to shoot to test if our weapons are still working, and blah blah blah, blah, everybody's shooting. And it is really a very funny thing that happens in this country. And I'm hoping that the president would, have a say, especially as it relates to security agents and, their standard of operations, especially when there is, an issue like this. This is not the first time. Remember the former CBN governor, what's his name now? His name just skipped my head. Remember him? They were arguing who was supposed to take him. What's the name of the prison? I've just forgotten your name now. Is it the custodial NCS, right? And they were arguing with was it the DSS at the time, who was supposed to be the right person to take what's his name? His name is refusing to come to me. How could I? Emefiele, thank you. So they were arguing at the court, and it almost got to the point where they were going to fight. Yet again, that was not the first time such a thing happened in this country. It has happened on several occasions, and I wonder whether we really learn. in this country, really. But what do you make of it? And it brings to the fore the issue of immunity all over again. Because if indeed it went with the governor, the immunity is for the governor. The immunity is not for Yahaya Bello. Oh my goodness. Like I said, one of the craziest drama I've ever seen as it relates to the things happening in this country called Nigeria. I'd like to get your thoughts. I'd like to hear from you. Good afternoon to you once again. It's 27 minutes gone past 3. It's time for me to open the phone lines, and let's get your thoughts on the issues making the rounds. The top issues making the rounds. Let's get your thoughts. The other stories I could have selected. I just mentioned them in passing. Justice Walter Onoge apparently was in court trying his best to save his name. Remember, he was accused and he was removed from office by the Buhari's administration, and right now they are looking at an out-of-court settlement. Okay, interesting there. I could have talked about that one. I also could have talked about okay, I think I just stay with that one. The Abdullahi Ganduje story was from yesterday, the plan to remove him as acting national chairman. But hey, this is some of the other big stories. SANU and NASU planning to go on strike due to failure of government to pay them their salaries, outstanding salaries. Interesting. Cybersecurity levy reduced to 0.005%. That's also something we could have talked about, but let's leave all of that and focus on our big stories. And let's go to the phone lines now. 0817 923 0002 0817 923 0003 and 0817 923 0002. All right. I've got WhatsApp numbers 0809 0306 I like to get your thoughts as we talk for development and we push the conversation forward. All right. Let's see. Clinton calling from Bori. After Clinton, I've got Susie. So let's start and let's hear what Clinton has got to say. Clinton, welcome.
Kalada, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
We don't play politics with sentiment. Yes, we don't do that. Politics is not a sentimental game. It's a game of interest. And you try as much as possible to protect your interest.
Okay.
And that's what is going on in the PDP.
So are you saying Makinde is trying to protect his interest?
Definitely. Politics is about interest. See, when it comes, even the people that are singing the praises of the governor now will not sing his praises. That's politics for you. It's not an emotional game. So everybody should calm down. Melembe, let it play out and we'll see who is in charge. Then going forward, the inefficiency, failure of the pressure groups have allowed so many things go wrong in Nigeria. Federal government threatening companies not paying minimum wage. Have they started paying minimum wage? The labor union in Rivers State, have the Rivers State government been paying minimum wage? The 30,000, they been paying it. What have they done? They just grandstand and allow things go wrong. And when things go wrong, they start saying they want to protest. At the initial stage, they will not act. So I think that everyone should stop this grandstanding and do the right thing. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Clinton. I've got Susie from Rema. Susie, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
I'm interested about the news about Makinde supporting Damago. That is the way to go, and there is no way anybody would have thought otherwise that Makinde will be supporting any other person, because if you look at the PDP governor, they are certain in number, and these certain are divided in compartments.
So why do you think?
Why do you think to Kibaita Itemwike? Why are loyal to Atiku Abubakar? And the local governor here has Atiku to that he supports Damagu, and Damagu also as an allied
But can I, Susie,
and from the feelings we are getting, we have the intention to run that.
Susie, it's a conversation. Can you hear me? Thank you very much, Susie. I've got to let you go at this point. It's a conversation. George from Buguma, welcome. What's on your mind?
Yeah, good.
Welcome.
Yes. If you think like this, you try to understand the genealogy of this person and their political beginning. Knowledge. If you remember when there was this kind of battle, when our governor they single-handedly sponsor some of these governors when they have nothing to that. And they were all these in ready for future politics. And that is why those who understand politics, that politics most times don't pay early. It pays in future. That is why what the former governor has invested, so that's why you see why Mark is solidifying his support for former governor of Rivers State.
Yes, and we all said it'll get it. Let's what was yeah, okay.
The support for Damagu. As a result of Damagu or governor of Rivers to Damagu, no one Damagu to governor and governor say have to someone sponsored and sued by him to governor your state.
Okay.
There are people they say and they sponsor other governors in other states.
Can I like now, George? You say in the way it's not the governors, the P governor came up with the resolution to see a full idea of the PDP some days ago. Was he not? I saw
it's because when you eat like that, living in your debt, for this a different person. I am speaking and telling you that my position is not in the 10 of 13.
Okay.
This is my football.
All right. All right.
That's what
Give him up. Got where make up your mind here. Then do you, okay?
On this one, remember Makinde?
Yes, he was.
And this summer, that's why I said it all. That's the level of it's number 12. Use with the people. They go to the governor of this state, governor of this state, it will have area. You know, Nigeria corruption is depending on God. If we are able to go to the government, we come out. Now, when you come back to the people, I put it down. If you know that you go on,
all right. The line is coming very unclear. Arabia on the welcome on your mind here.
Yes, good afternoon to you. The color that the man people by the people and for the people. You see, and the issue of when we be starting our country. How can you be telling us for Bello and ended the I am tired of all the drama that's happening. EFCC and Yahaya Bello, I just acting drama.
All right.
This drama and the situation is not moving forward, and nothing good will come out of this country. I am not happy, my brother.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you from the line. But before I get to Frank, I'm going to read some messages on the Senate. This is FCC said it in Rivers State Congress that no hand in Rivers crisis that will stand. European believe how many prominent politicians dumped their political party and joined PDP under the leadership of the Magam. Emmanuel Ulu says, all you have done no belongs and no see like to get him back. Says APC letter gun is all right, I can use that word. We said they have not started paying federal workers and they are talking about companies. What an hypocritical FG government we have. They have used DSS to intimidate and mute Joe Ajero that he can no longer talk. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Let's see this one. Why is it difficult for PDP to suspend or sanction the FCT minister? Why is the FCT minister so powerful in Nigeria in so much that no individual or group persons can tame him? Alison Nzoka is asking. All right. Newton Ikire, let's read your message. The Oyo State Governor Makinde supporting national chairman of the PDP. You said PDP going down the drain. On the minimum wage issue, you said nothing will happen. Did you consult with them before ramming it down their throats? Yes, I think they were part of the tripartite committee during the negotiations. And this one says, EFCC versus Yahaya Bello. My brother Kalada, you said you lacked words to describe Nigeria. Well, let me help you out. Yeah, my beloved country is a tragic comedy. Someone on your most wanted list comes to your station. You let him go. Minutes later, you conducted a raid on his supposedly hiding place. Talk about Tom and Jerry show. Let them continue with this tragic comedy. The next thing we will hear is we've agreed on the plea bargain. Dembele fool, but we hungry. But Mali. All right, this one says EFCC. Yeah.
They asking someone to remove the more countries to remove EDP, and the man wanted to be in a ballot paper in 2027. That is the reason why he supports the 36 states will vote. Not governors from the vote. The language are contesting for another because become the automatic chairman. Why this Bello saying to go?
Frank, I think what he's saying Magum should go today. Now they're saying that process should have a chairman from the north south. That's what it is.
Without missing words, the PDP Governors Forum have been saying it, and some other lawmakers that the Magum should go. And that's no way to remove the acting national chairman. The acting national chairman will stay forever.
All right.
They will have the main chairman who will soon be elected. So they should allow them, they allow PDP to do the convention. They will elect new chairman. And at the end, everybody will party.
Frank, thank you. Time, Jay. On your
whether it's governors who was trotting around the whole world reverse sovereignty government money. They hold meeting.
But when you why should not? I think it was in East now. I get it. Was it any? Now when they went there, he was a part of it, right? He should have was it enough.
But don't win. Don't never be that way I conquered people. But yet we are. Let me refer you. When the government meeting state agreed that the power should move to the south. Why has you did that? But ask you to run for president of Nigeria about it. You see, doesn't have the over Naira. The same Abuja that we have IG Abuja that depends is many sorry states. Feeling is not in Abuja. It's shame they should make this run my man.
All right, Rob, thank God.
They have approved this week for 50 days now. Now, 50 days are one week. And now that effect to the economy of the country, as you must be aware. So that we are not the control room. Damago is supporting Damago or not. The position is there. Damago, they are in terms of God.
We don't not yet to congratulate or talking about if one do that. From Gua, if one is on your mind, please.
Man of the people,
yeah, reports and
I was
so gift was the selections. But he was
leader. If I speak with you, Martin, who is having the Congress that were conducted, I want to give you a secret now. People don't know. Could not complete. Just complete. Just banting. Don't do it. All states are under the and it's politics for you. You whether you hate it, you like it. It's one of the persons that murdered there at time. This is as a northern or not decide this is the man. Everybody for the first time. That's why I thought it would be a long time. Things like this. So Makinde how many are that wait legal advisor the party but thank God this one thing. So it has in terms of expression, it's a big lie. It is not a
I was looking at that. He was going to take him, so he's acting as an act. Give thought to Alozero.
No. Federal government opened private MCDs to pay 70,000 Man of the people, this statement is just trying to portray that the federal government is showing empathy to Nigerian people. You and I know that we have a commission called Wages Commission. And this commission is saddled with the responsibility to bring out templates. This money, 70,000 naira minimum wage, will be considered to be paid to all that we have not had. I've heard from one of the state here as an example. I say that they will not pay the 70,000 naira minimum wage. They will
But what about in states like Enugu, Ebonyi, and yes, I think Enugu are already putting plans in motion in Ebonyi. They will start by the end. They say by the end of the month.
People have got
the government has not started paying. They have not started paying.
They leave conclusively, man of the people. Man of the people, how will you explain to a man, man to know you right in your premises, you are unable to arrest him, and he left, he came back barricading the governor of Abuja. I don't know that will have a institution whose as we are ought to stand to combat by the nomenclature EFCC. For that particular institution,
all right. I've got to go, Alozie. I've got to go. I've got a commercial coming up more. Just the class pronunciation check. Gumi. Post conversation is. This is a kind of piece strong to read whether Makinde, the committee, or the good people of River State stand with Amiibu government for football. And I go for a commercial back more conversation. Stay tuned.